I knew it was going to be a coming out party. I've been doing this way too long. I've been doing this way too long. You know what I'm saying? And the media, they try to distract us. You know what I mean? But I just want the disrespect to be just as loud as you. I want the appreciation to be just as loud as the disrespect was. Because nobody talk about all today, Tone, on daytime sports. I ain't really hear nobody talking about Jalen Hurts and what he been doing since the bye.
I only saw one, maybe two shows do that, and that
Shady
was
and them.
Shady and them did it. They kept it G. They kept it G. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, I want to give credit to NFL on ESPN. They pretty much covered it pretty in depthly, talking about how the Jalen Hurts under center is just a different dude. Like they really broke it down too. So, but to your point though, it was RC, Mina Coms, all them, right? Exactly. But to your point though, kind of like how I heard, oh yeah, the better quarterback is going to win, right? The better quarterback is going to win. I guess the better quarterback won. He was right.
He was right.
The better quarterback won.
He was right. He was right.
But then when they do their show, bro, it'd be crazy because like I study these dudes, bro, in terms of just like receipts. And he was brazen before the game.
Right.
Now the game is over, game is done, 37-17 is the scorecard. Now all of a sudden, yeah, they really dialed back his attempts, and Jalen Hurts made the right throws, 1 touchdown. Hold on, 4 touchdowns, my G. 4. They slick with it. They slick with how they talk about our guy. They real slick with it, bro. They try to be underhanded.
So they trying to say, so let me get this right. So they trying to say that we dialed back putting the ball in his hand. You know what I mean? Guys just making stuff up. Saquon ain't had 30 touches.
Right.
You know what I mean? Saquon ain't had 30 touches. See, and this is what I'll be talking about. I said this on Twitter during the game. I said Jalen Hurts is balling. Y'all just don't know what this type of balling look like. You know what I mean? It's different ways you could ball, Tone. It's different ways. We could go get a section. We could go pop bottles. We could ball that way. Go to the mall and all of that. Then you could do high-level balling. You know what I'm saying? Then you could start buying restaurants and real estate. It's the same. It just look different. One just pay dividends longer. You know what I mean? You got to figure out how certain people balling because it's not all in your face. We praised Burrow, his first 2 possessions, 13 for 14 or whatever the case may be in a touchdown. That's the type of balling that they used to seeing. You know what I mean? Oh, he must be balling. He cooking. He picking his defense apart. But Jalen Hurts just does things differently. You know what I mean? But the result is the same. You pay a guy like Jalen Hurts $55 million because he going to go head-to-head with a Josh Allen. He going to go head-to-head with a Pat. He going to go head-to-head with a Joe Burrow. He spanked all 3 of them head-to-head at one point or another. He done beat the Dak Prescotts. He done beat the Goffs, the Staffords. He done beat all of these guys. So this is why you pay this type of guy this type of money, because he's going to return those dividends. So make sure you respect the guy the same way. Jalen Hurts ain't throw an interception in October. Jalen Hurts ain't throw an interception in October.
You said something.
You know what I'm saying?
You said something.
You know what I mean?
Right?
He ain't throw a joint all October. You know what I mean? Since the bye, Jalen Hurts, no interceptions, 9 touchdowns, only play in the NFL. You know what I'm saying? They said he can't throw across the middle. He had a perfect QBR across the middle yesterday, 6 for 6 in a touchdown. What we talking about here? What we talking about here? You know what I mean? 5-2. I know Symone hate this. 1 drop drawn away from 6-1. What we talking about? You know what I'm saying? What is we really talking about, though? The disrespect was crazy. I see these little guys on their little Jones. They on their little podcast, Bleacher Report joint, watching them, all them other guys.
Vach was out of
They always out of pocket.
He was out of pocket,
bro. They always out of pocket.
And I actually like Vach. I like Vach.
I like that. I like Vach. I like Vach. You know what I'm saying? I like Vach.
He was out of pocket.
But he got to do that, though. He got to do that, though. He can't keep it a buck. Come on, man. Y'all seen Jalen Hurts cooking yesterday? I just want people to I want people to pull out their film and show me the film on that. Show me the film on that this week. You ain't going to see it, though. All you're going to see is a bunch of me, bunch of Tone, bunch of Symone, bunch of Philly Mike. But all you're going to see is the underground carrying the torch. The mainstream need to pay homage and pay respect too. Everybody about to be fooled. We about to be lining them up. And it's leading up to a crazy matchup to smoke the Commanders.
I agree with you 100%.
Too.
And Symone, I can't wait to hear your perspective on this because LB
don't look at my red cup like that
as you was coming in. He said he says real key as you was coming in. He mentioned how the way Jalen Hurts plays the quarterback position is relatively unique to what a lot of these analysts and prognosticators and these sports pundits is different than what they used to, right? What Jalen Hurts provides to your football team damn near can't be measured. You feel what I'm saying? It's like they so used to seeing the quarterback position played one way. They even break down the film with that in mind. They not breaking down the film and they not assessing this young man with modern eyes. You feel what I'm saying? So I'm curious to know, just give me your overall feelings and perspective on how that game went. I know you got a lot to say, and the people can't wait to hear from you.
I'm laughing. First of all, how does my audio sound? Because I don't have my mic.
Sounds fun. Sounds good.
Okay. First of all, I'm laughing because everybody said they surprised I'm not eating no food. That game was phenomenal. Like, we're a second half team, which is perfectly fine. Like, I feel like when we went to the Super Bowl 2022, we were given a second half team. Like, I had confidence that coming out of the half, like once Jalen Hurts stretched and reached for that touchdown, I just felt like, okay, game in the bag. Like, we win in this game. Jalen Hurts played phenomenal. Like, it's not necessarily the flashy plays, like the flashiness. Like, I know Joe Burrow was like flashy in the first quarter, but like Jalen Hurts has been so steady and so consistent. Like, those big burst runs that we weren't getting last season because he was injured, that we weren't getting earlier in this season, they're there now. Like, making the extra play, the awareness, extending that. He had some dots in that game. He threw some dots. That touchdown pass to Devontae Smith, that was a dot, like right on the money. Like, Jalen was balling yesterday. It might not be the flashy stuff you might see Lamar doing or like Joe was doing at the beginning of the game, but like Jalen has been playing exceptional football. 3 straight games with no turnovers. And that's not like, that's not like something that should be taken for granted, because these quarterbacks be turning over the ball. Like, 3 games with no turnovers, darn near 10 touchdowns?
Yeah, 9. Yeah.
9 touchdowns. Yeah. Like,
he's been amazing since the bye week.
Looking scary. We are looking scary. Like, I'm like,
we like a penny stock, man. You buy low, and this thing about to go.
Like,
this is the thing, though. We might be a little early, but he might be starting the MVP streak. If he do this for 3 more games, you got to start talking about. Yeah, if he do this 3 more games, now you're talking about 6 games of dominance.
Right.
So if he duplicate this performance, now you're talking about 18 touchdowns over the last 6 games. Now, imagine we don't got no more buys. So it's nothing that can slow us down. We in a crazy rhythm right now, man. We in a crazy rhythm, man. And he was slinging the pill. Go ahead. My bad, Symone.
No, the defense. Come on now, the adjustments.
I'm so excited about the defense, yo, because I feel like we ain't even really hit our stride yet.
Kobe D, bro. That tackle in the first quarter,
the first play. That off a screen. I think it was a screen or something like that.
It was their first drive. It was.
Yes.
I don't know. Yes.
No, you're right.
When I tell you, I almost dropped my phone because I was watching the game on the phone. Like, that hit had me shook. Like, I felt the impact of that hit.
Yeah,
hey, he out there hitting.
No, I ain't gonna lie. He's really hitting. It reminded me of that Malcolm Jenkins hit in the Super Bowl. Like, you know how, like, when that first moment, there's always that moment in the game where you say to yourself, all right, we playing football now. Mm-hmm. And that was that moment for me. When I saw him connect like that, I was like, okay, we came here to play.
And the difference between the way he hitting that a lot of people are not paying attention to is that he is seeing the play before it happens. So he's already full head of steam before you get the ball. The ball is in the air. He already 60 miles an hour on you. So as soon as that ball touches you, he's colliding. He is hitting. Him and Cooper DeJean, they are seeing the plays before they develop, and they are reacting super, super fast. And it's turning this defense around, man. We said it here first. I hear nobody here say it. We said Avonte Maddox had to be benched for Cooper DeJean. We said it here on this show first, like right after the Bucs destroyed us. We said it. You know what I mean? And since then, that change has been made, and the Philadelphia Eagles defense has shown a different level of aggression. Different level of aggression. I want to give a shout out to Christian Parker. You know what I mean? The defensive back coach, because them boys playing. Even Slay. Me and Symone might be on the island here. We the only ones that's saying, hey, Slay ain't looking bad for real.
No, hold on. I was definitely hold on.
No,
I ain't
you.
gonna-
But see, you'll be you. I'm talking about in the war zone. I'm talking about in the war zone. Tone. You'll be in the war zone. You wasn't in the war zone.
All right, I'm about to say because like I remember there was a point in the season where somebody was like, "Hey, listen, man, it may be time to just get them young boys in."
Right.
No.
And I'm like, "Yo, listen, Slay, he's been more steady than what people want to give him credit for."
That
You know what I'm
pass
saying?
breakup in the end zone.
Yes.
See, Slay is like, okay, Slay's obviously not prime Slay no more. Like,
right.
But Slay is still a very good corner. Like Slay is still a very and again, Slay does stuff that gets on my nerves. Yeah, but to put that aside, because it's people on Twitter that just want to bench and trade Slay because of the podcast. It's never that deep to me.
Yeah.
It's not that deep. You see, once they put Maddox in the game,
Gazeki start eating.
Oh, Gazeki was getting on my nerves.
Yo, the moment they started the moment Maddox came in, first pass, they right at him. It's like, yo, all right, Fangio saw that one too many times. All right, that's it.
Gazeki good. Gazeki good though.
Yeah, no, Gazeki is great.
He
like
this last year when it was
no
the Patriots,
disrespect to Gazeki's play, but Gazeki be out there doing the most. Like, bro, you got a first down. He dancing and bopping.
Like he scored, right?
Yeah, like of course everybody gonna do their little, first down or whatever. But he out there like lit off.
He out there acting like City will do this, and they down the dub. Bro, the game over.
He doing touchdown celebrations for first downs. Right. Like Drake said, celebrating all their first downs like they touchdowns. Like
yeah, it don't make no sense. And this is what I got respect for Slay this year. You know what I mean? He obviously hurt. Slay been hurt for like the last 3 weeks. He been on the injury report. He done limped off the field a couple of times, but he's still playing every week. He is playing through an obvious injury. And you know what I mean? He's still out there making plays and producing. So I can't really say Slay might not be prime Slay. I just think Slay a little banged up this year. Slay ain't been 100% since week 1. But, Slay ain't never been the hitter or a tackler or nothing like that. But when it's time to be technical and be a technician of the craft, that's what Darius Slay brings to the table. And them young boys is learning from that for real. But my God, Cooper DeJean is him. You know what I mean? He makes at least 3 plays a game. That's like, oh, that's a real defensive back right there. That's a real defensive back. And to keep it 100, I don't want to see him on punt return. He's too valuable for that. You better go get you a 4th round running back or something like that. Go put back there. But I don't want to see him on punt return, bro. I do not want to see Cooper DeJean on punt return because Cooper DeJean plays violently, man. Yeah. Violently. He plays violently. And, he could very well get hurt making a tackle because that's how he played the game. So I don't want to see him getting hurt trying to break a tackle on a punt return. But this was 2 complete games in a row. The Giants, that was complete belt the ass as well. Complete. You know what I mean? This complete against an elite quarterback who everybody's saying that the better quarterback is going to win. And you know what? That's exactly what happened. I get crucified on social media. I said, I would take Jalen Hurts over Joe Burrow. And you saw why. When it's time to manufacture points and manufacture drives, see, Jalen Hurts turned different when the other guy across from him, people like to say him. You know what I mean? Jalen turned different when it's time to play them type of guys.
That don't get talked about enough. He definitely elevates his game when he across a quarterback that either people say he's better than him or or that maybe he can't. They was drafted together, and exactly. he whooped his ass in that Peach Bowl game like in 2019, 2020. So Jalen strikes me as the kind of guy that he chronicles a lot. He remembers shit. He strikes me as that kind of guy. So yeah, man. The game was phenomenal. All 3 phases were great. I definitely want to break down both sides of the ball. Let's stay on the defensive side since we're here, right? You talked about Cooper DeJean. Howie Roseman's drafting has been phenomenal over the past 4 or 5 seasons. I mean, just think about this: Quinyon Mitchell, Cooper DeJean. You could stop there, really. But I'm gonna keep going. Jalen Hunt, he's a player. I like him. Jamarr Trotter, we still, he on ice right now, but he do good on special teams. Jalen Carter, Nolan Smith, who's coming out, like it's insane. Tyler Steen coming in had a good game minus the penalties, which were bullshit to me. Keely Ringo, Tanner McKee's a nice, backup quarterback when you need him to do something for you. Jordan Davis, Cam Jurgens, Dean, like that 2022 draft class is starting to really show its value. The Dean and the Davis. Davis was a wall yesterday. I don't think I understand Davis, his game isn't sexy, and you can't really measure it because it's not really something that goes on the stat sheet. But he was a wall. There was a point where the running back ran right into him, and he didn't even move a muscle. So, LB, like, give me your layered breakdown of what you saw defensively. I know you got into the nitty-gritty when it came to Cooper DeJean, and you gave a lot of credit to the coaching staff, right? Like you mentioned Christian Parker, right? I want to give more credit around Joe Casper, the safeties coach, right? Roy Anderson, the cornerbacks coach. You know what I'm saying? Got to get those guys they love. So give me your layered thoughts on this defense.
So what's really turning the things around for me for the defense is the simulated pressure. You know, edge rushers are getting really, really close to getting home frequently now. You know, guys have found something and found a rhythm. Nolan Smith has had 3 straight games with a sack. You know what I mean? That's big for a guy that we essentially, felt good about getting rid of Hassan Reddick because we thought Nolan Smith would turn the corner, and it looked like that corner being turned. The Philadelphia Eagles are bringing pressure from a multitude. Listen, Joe Burrow got out of there by the skin of his teeth a couple times. Multiple times. So the simulated pressure is a real good thing. And not only is the simulated pressure good, we're covering on the back end as well. Joe Burrow had to hold the ball a few times. There was a couple open spots, where they had our number, with the coverage that we had. But we're making quarterbacks have to hold the ball. We're making them have to hold the ball while we're able to rush with just 4. So we're not really out here stacking the box and playing the 6-man front like we did to prove that we could stop the run. The run is being stopped by guys that's supposed to stop the run. Jordan Davis is doing a phenomenal job. Jalen Carter is changing the game. You see Joe Burrow have to throw the ball in the dirt a couple times because Jalen Carter burst it right through. So with that being said, what's really helping his defense is the rush is getting home. Now we're not piling up the sacks. We're not getting the strip fumbles. You know what I mean? We did get 2 turnovers in this game, but I think more turnovers are bound to come when you look at the competition that we got coming up. I think that going to give us 1 or 2, or you know what I mean? I think that, Trevor Lawrence is bound to give us 1 or 2. When you look at the guys that's coming down the line for the Philadelphia Eagles with the defense finally gelling, I think the turnovers will come. But the front is really, really good for me. Listen, PFF said that our 2 highest graded guys were from the linebacking position. Zach Bond had an amazing game. Zach Bond and Nicole B. Dean. So a lot of people said that the Fangio scheme, this, the Fangio scheme, that. Guys are tackling. It's so many.
That's a good point. Yesterday,
guys are wrapping up and tackling.
Well. Now, granted, Burrow he was converting them 3rd downs, but
right
when the Eagles got hands and feet on somebody, they went to the ground. That's one thing I will say. Tackling wasn't a problem yesterday. Exactly.
There was not many yards after catch, and that's the baseline of a Fangio scheme. Keep everything in front of you and rally to the ball. And guys are starting to get the message. I'm telling you, this defense will be talked about as being elite in the next 3 weeks.
Bro.
In the next 3 weeks, if they keep playing with this type of intensity, because Trevor Lawrence don't scare me. The Dallas Cowboys damn sure don't scare me. Who we got after Dallas?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Who we got? We got. What'd you say?
Washington
after Dallas.
Yeah. So we got Dallas. So next up we got Jags at home. Then we got Dallas on the road. Then we got Washington on Thursday night. That's a short week. So I'm curious to see. Honestly, on a short week, I'm running the ball right at their ass. I'm running down on them just straight like that. And then you got the Rams. Then you got Baltimore. So your next 5 games: Jacksonville, Dallas, Washington, Los Angeles, Baltimore.
I'm out there. I'm out there Thursday night. I'm gonna
be honest with you. I don't see why these 5 games. Yeah, I don't see why we can't go 4-1 in this stretch. Ravens is the one game I'm looking at. Like, all right, we'll see how that go. But 4-1, I don't see why. I don't see why we can't. I don't see why we can't.
Bro, I don't care. I don't care what nobody say, man. Young Bull not coming into Philly and beating us with field goals. He got a problem in the red zone. You know what I'm saying? He got to develop. You know what I mean? He not coming into Philly and beating us in the red zone. And them ribs still tender. You know what I'm saying? I ain't even them ribs tender. You see him out there getting hit. Them ribs tender. Louisiana style barbecue ribs tender. Shit. And we gonna be the one. We gonna put some sauce on them. We're gonna put some sauce on them. I don't care. I don't. We're in the Super Bowl window.
Some mumbo sauce.
Oh
we're gonna put some mumbo on it.
She said the mumbo sauce. No. Oh man, not the mumbo sauce. Listen, man. I just feel like this team is firing off. Like I feel like this team is only going to get better. That's the scary part about it, right? You know, they wrote us off in those first 4 weeks, and you look at how they've been playing the past 3 weeks, and everybody was saying, it's the Giants, it's the Browns, right? But when you really dissect how they beat those teams and how they've been improving every single week, that's what stands out to me, right? You're literally seeing a steady progression from this team every single week. Like, no longer are they like this. Now they're rising, and they're getting more confident. That game yesterday, I'll say it again. Another game that Jalen Hurts needed, right? He's starting to check more. He's starting to check more boxes. You know, I think he's completely solved the turnover issues now. I think he's playing the game with less ego. I think overall this team is not playing for self anymore. I think they understand that we are stronger when we really appeal to our strengths, and that's our offensive line. I know people say Saquon, but the core to this Eagles team is that offensive line. Did you see? Like, let alone Saquon getting 100 yards on the back end, but did you see how much time and how much space Jalen Hurts had to work with diagnosing the field? He could have knitted a sweater back there, man. He could have made some. He could have sauced up the ribs. He could have did all of that. Like,
the depth on the O line is crazy.
Very crazy. I didn't expect Fred Johnson to look that good.
Right.
I didn't. One pressure given up.
Right, and it was a lot of the schemes too. Like, we had tight ends in the game to block. Like, we had one play that was a 2 tight end set, and both tight ends double teamed somebody. Then neither one of them had a route. So, like, Stoutland is putting these things together. And mind you, Jalen Hurts is calling his own protection now. So it's a lot of things that's being done different. And you see the maturation of Jalen Hurts, but the offensive line, the depth, Symone, right, man, the depth is crazy, man.
Crazy.
It's plug and play. You're missing 2 starters, man. You don't even like Jordan Mailata is like your starting left tackle is out the game.
He was playing at the all-pro level before he got hurt.
That's outside of center. That's your blind side for your quarterback, the left tackle. We ain't lose a game, nor missed a beat. Saquon had 200-yard games since he been out. You know what I'm saying? The depth is just ridiculous on the offensive line. So it's truly plug and play. It was some BS calls on steam in the beginning of the game.
Yeah, the holding one, I'll bend on that one, but that unnecessary roughness one, that was corny.
The unnecessary roughness was corny, bro.
That was corny because everybody was corny. Right,
you know what I mean? And then like blow the whistle if you're gonna do something. I was terrified. Smitty only $110. Smitty just riding the pile, getting hit. I'm like, yo, go down, but you can't go down. I don't even think his feet was on the ground. He just riding the pile like, damn, this how they slept me last time.
Smitty built different, yo. Like he wiry, like he's like copper wire. Like you know how that copper wire they wind it up real tight. Like he like that.
I seen him try to run somebody over yesterday.
Yeah, facts, right on the sideline. Another thing I want to bring up to you guys is the fact that, like, you know, after seeing how this game transpired and comparing people's opinions prior to the game versus after the game, the amount of excuses they have been creating for Joe Burrow has been enormous. They're talking like I'm listening to some of these shows, right? Oh, I feel so bad for Joe. They didn't pay Joe Mixon. You know, they didn't bring back Jesse Bates, and they didn't do this and they didn't do that. Hold on. I thought this kid was Joe Burrow. I thought he was the coldest.
Right.
I thought he had all the answers, Sway. But now he need help. Oh, the elite quarterbacks need help too. The ones y'all deem as elite. I think it's one elite quarterback in the league, but nonetheless, different conversation. Oh, Joe Burrow need help now. So we're looking at Jalen Hurts now in a different light, right? Everybody need help. No matter how good you is, you need somebody to put the ball to, right?
But they ain't say you need help when they made their predictions.
Exactly.
You need help when they made their predictions.
And that's my point. So it's like, yo, the way they maneuver when it comes to Jalen Hurts and these other quarterbacks, it's like it's different rules for Jalen and different rules for these other guys, man. Like flat out. It's crazy. Like they don't want to say it out loud, but he outplayed Joe Burrow. He outdueled him. And Joe Burrow came out the game hot. He still had Jamarr Chase. He was still making Mike Gesicki look like a Pro Bowler. He still had that rando, John Doe, throwing bombs over Slay. He was making plays. Don't get it twisted. But when it got down to the wire, when the Eagles defense turned up in the second half, oh no, we wasn't having none of that. So my thing is, you got to keep it a buck. Just keep it a buck. I don't mind you having a having your own perspective on the game, but just keep it real. He outdueled him, and I didn't see nobody on national TV. Not like their opinion mattered the most, but it's just the fact that they put so much money behind these people, and they get paid to program the masses to believe one thing, and it's like y'all got to be honest. He outplayed him in every single way. He had more attempts than him, but Jalen ended up with more yards, a higher completion percentage, more total touchdowns. No turnovers. Stop it with the cap. Give my man his flowers and keep it a buck. Do he play the position like everybody else? No. Like does he play it like all set? No. But the bottom line is he wins. And I thought this game was about wins, losses, and player production. That's what I thought it was about. But they want to make it about other things when Jalen Hurts got the rock. No, we ain't doing that. No, you following through. Y'all heard what Drake said to Kendrick. You following through. And guess what? We followed through, baby. We taking heads off, and everybody is food at this point. Listen. I can't wait until I swear I can't wait to watch it, y'all.
They are so sick that we back, bro. They are sick.
Everybody's sick. Everybody's sick. Watching
sick, bro. They are disgusted. Like they looked at us playing without AJ Brown. They looked at us playing without AJ, Devontae, Britton Covey, who was cooking as a third receiver. Let's not forget. They was watching games where we have AJ, Smitty, and Covey, and they thought we was done dead in the water. They was hoping and praying for that downfall. All we needed was that hamstring to loosen up on AJ. All we needed was for that head to clear them clouds or that concussion to clear Devontae. Bro, we is back, and they are sick.
Very sick.
They sick. I'm telling you, the last piece of the puzzle for the offense is to involve Dotson somehow, some way, every now and then. That's the last piece. I'm telling you.
LB,
it's only one ball,
face, right? You know you can see it in their face. You can see that they mad that we back on track. You can
they so mad
even when they talk about it, Symone, on TV, like you can hear it in their voice.
And we got to talk about the Eagles. They're hot right now.
We got to talk about them.
Right. And we got to talk about the Eagles. Their offense is starting to click. They sick, bro.
They sick. This not what they wanted because a lot of people had us, even though we made the moves, we gonna miss the playoffs. You know what I mean? A lot of people were saying stuff like that. Oh, they're going to miss the playoffs still. They have no explanation for what they just witnessed. Nick Wright don't have no explanation. Colin Cowherd don't have no explanation. Everything that just happened defies all logic to them, but it makes perfect sense for me. It makes perfect sense to me. Heart matters. Heart matters. You can't crown these guys to be something. You got to know a guy. Listen, I seen Jalen Hurts play from behind and win 4 games last year. I seen Jalen Hurts blow people out. This roster and this talent, listen, it was only a matter of time before we put together a nice little win streak. And we ain't done, man. We ain't done.